think of BMW, what vehicle comes to mind? Maybe the 3 Series. Hey guys, welcome to Chris Mack. I'm beyond excited to show you guys this 2024 M340i Special Edition. I'm going to show you a couple of differences and show you why it's worth the extra $10,000. But you know what? Let's try remote start this time. We're going to lock the doors twice, 3 times. You know what? It doesn't have the remote start option. Hold on one second. Almost there. Now that's more like it. Now let's go ahead, drum roll, get into this review. Look on the outside of the 2024 BMW M340 Special Edition. This is your key fob right here. You have lock, unlock as with a trunk release and a panic button with the M colors on the side of the key fob. Now, as equipped, this vehicle is $77,140. Now, when I originally saw the price, I knew that there'd be something special about this version. This does have 4 distinct special packages. I'll be showing you a couple of the differences. But looking on the exterior, you can see the Special Edition does have a Black Sapphire exterior for $650 on a Tacora Red interior. Looking at the front end, you can see you do have full LED lighting right there with the LED daytime running lights and your turn signals over here on this side. This one does have carbon fiber grille surrounds right there, as you can see, looking so cool. This one does also have the parking package as well as the M Pro pack, so you do have shadowline headlights as well as extended trim and red brake calipers. But speaking of calipers, looking over here at the wheels, they have a M Performance wheel, which is a 19-inch wide-spoke design wheel wrapped on a Pirelli P0 tire, 225 in the front and 255 in the rear. You can also see a little bit more of the aggressive side skirts down below with the M Performance badging, as well as another M badge right there. You can also see the floating caps do stay stable when you are in motion, so cool. Powerful the mirrors. This does have the parking package with a 360 camera. Keyless entry is for the front door handles, and up top, you do have a moonroof. This right here is your window sticker. I'll put all the information in the description below. I have to say, this is has so much more presence than a standard M340, but I have to ask the question, would you spend the extra money to get this little bit more special edition version right here? But coming around to the rear, you can see they have full LED taillights. This one does have the M Performance exhaust, which sounds so much better than stock. You can also see the carbon fiber rear spoiler. Look at that carbon glistening right there. Opening the trunk, you'll get 17 cubic feet of space. You can see over here, you have your storage compartment on this side, as well as on this side, and you do have a little net right there to help with cargo. Owner's manual and some wheel locks back here. And you also have another window sticker right there. Boom. And we got my camera equipment just chilling. But now, let me show you guys under the hood where all of the action happens, specifically in this M340i version. In BMW fashion, you pull the hood twice. We'll just leave the key over here so it can chill. But now, let's talk about the heart of the beast. Now, under the hood of this M340, you'll find a 3-liter turbo known as the B58, connected with a 48-volt mild hybrid system for 382 horsepower and 369 pound-foot of torque. You get 23 in the city, 31 on the highway, and 26 combined. Vehicle weight is 3,968 pounds, as this one's equipped with xDrive. 0 to 60 is 3.9 seconds. Get a 3/4 front view. Boom. This thing has so much presence versus a standard version. That's what I like about the Special Edition. But is it worth the extra price? I don't know. We're gonna hop into the back seats. As you can see, sitting in the back seats, I have the seat mostly back, and this is probably how I would sit behind myself. I will have about 4 inches of leg room. As far as headroom goes, I have about about 2 inches of headroom, which is pretty good for a vehicle in the segment. You have your window controls over here. You see a little bit of the blue ambient lighting I do have set right here. This Tacora Red interior looks amazing. Let's quick look to the front cabin. You have a moonroof up top, which lets in pretty good light. And you do have a 3-zone climate control, so you got 2 up front and 1 out back. You do have 2 USB-C ports, and then your center console right here for your cup holders, and then some LED illumination up top. But now, let's hit the cockpit where all the action happens. As stated before, I reviewed the 330 LCI version, so I'm not going to cover everything, but I'm just going to gloss over most of the stuff, but most of the important details that you really want to know. So you have your seat controls as well as window controls over here with 2-person memory. You have your forward lumbar support, power bottom as well as back, and you do have a manual waterfall cushion extension right there with a manual tilt telescoping steering column. Your light controls are over here on this side. Let me zoom in so you can see that. Boom. Stepping height is pretty good. Now, the biggest change for this new LCI version, which did debut for the 2023 model year, is the new iDrive 8 infotainment display. But you do have this clear, crisp head-up display right here in front of me with all the different information. I'm gonna toggle through various different menus using this button right here. So we're in the standard view. You can go to a directional view and a sport view right there, which is so cool. I love the graphics of the head-up display. But look a little bit more at this 12.3-inch cluster right here. Using this button, you can change and configure all the different modes and toggle up and down. So right now we have it in this standard mode right here with the G-force meter. Go over here to layout. You can change the layout between the standard comfort view, L-shaped view right there for eco, and you can have up the sport view right there, which I think is my personal favorite, but we'll just leave it linked to drive modes. And then over here, you can change the content, G-force meter, navigation settings, and other information right there, as well as media information as well. But the steering wheel is heated. You can use the heated steering wheel function right here in the middle. Cruise control functions over here on your left-hand side, and on the right-hand side for the screen you can change, as well as the media information for the radio. There are paddle shifters behind the wheel. And then in stock right here is for your light controls, as well as the BC button to change a little bit more stuff inside of this cluster. And then your wiper controls are over here on this side. But looking over here at the infotainment, this is a 14.9-inch display. So I do want to start out with a quick audio test, as it does have wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. It does have a 16-speaker Harman Kardon sound system. So let's try it out. Boy, am I excited. Now, it's funny enough, spending about maybe 60 or 70 miles or so with this sound system, I have to say it does definitely get better over time. And once you just spend time with it, it definitely does get a little bit better than initial impressions. But going back to your home page right there, this is your main display. You have built-in navigation. So let's try a quick navigation test. Boom, there we go. As you can see, navigation is quick, responsive, and easy to use. And you have this back button right here if you do make a mistake, and a home button to go back to your main page. Your CarPlay connections, as well as your telephone connections, personal assistant, my BMW right there for your different apps. So you can see you have adaptive content right here. So when you're in like eco mode, it'll show you charging the battery, or the sport displays when you're in sport plus mode or sport mode. And you have your vehicle control apps right here for the BMW ID functions, phone connections, live vehicle feed. You can change the system settings right here. And then you do also have interior lighting. So it does have a multicolor ambient lighting at nighttime, which looks so cool. So I don't know if you guys can see it right here, but over here on the door panel, it's like blue, and even right here in the center console. So if I change the color, try like rose, and then you can go to a green setting right there. But you can basically change between all these various different colors. It is sunny outside, so you probably won't be able to see it now, but I have to say it definitely look cool at nighttime. But going back home page right there, you have all your different apps. If you use this button right here, you have your infotainment apps as well as vehicle apps, which can be broken up in a part right there. But we're gonna stay on the all apps so you can see all the various different apps you have. CarPlay, interior lighting, as I stated before, system settings, a couple other functions right there. Display settings for the head-up display, as well as the dual screens right here. You can change the brightness, window controls, driving controls right here. Can change and configure all your driver assist technology. So when you do open up this page right here, you'll put up your steering intervention, lane departure, forward collision warning, as well as blind spot alert and fatigue warning. Parking warnings right here for the surround view 360 camera, as well as parking sensors, and driving information right there for speed limit assist. And you can change the feedback in the wheel for the lane keep between a high, medium, and a low. But going back over here to your drivetrain / chassis modes, you can put on the iconic sound, so it has the pumped in engine noise inside of the cabin if you wanted to get a little bit more of an enhanced ride. But personally, I like it off where it sounds a little more natural. You have your sport as well as eco individual modes. You can change the modes between the dampening, between comfort and sport, as well as the steering between a comfort and sport. Now, one more thing I want to talk about too, this does have the adaptive damper option as well, aiding with a little bit more of a dynamic ride. And you can change the drivetrain over here between a Sport Plus, Sport, and a Comfort, as well as the transmission as well between Sport Plus, Sport, and Comfort. So you do have plenty of customizations, and you can also do that for the Eco Pro mode as well. You got exterior lighting, as well as vehicle status, and so on. But looking right here, you can see at the bottom of the screen, you can pull up your climate controls. You have heated seats right here, so you can go off, low, medium, and you can go high. And then very high, so it'd be like extreme high. But yeah, so you got dual zone climate control right there, which you can change, configure, and so on. 2 air vents right here. This is your volume control. You can track forward and back for your radio functions, as well as your hazard control. And you have your front window defrost, as well as rear window right here. But looking in the center console, you can see my wireless phone charging system is up. My phone's charging, no problem at all. You have a USB-A port for connectivity into the infotainment, as well as a 12-volt right there. And 2 cupboards are a pretty good size. Looking in here at the center console, or if you're in like a battleship, the center console where the captain gets to drive the ship, you'd have all your different controls right here for your traction control. So if I hit that button, you can change the traction between a on or DSC on, and you can go sport traction or DSC off. Hit this button right here for the 360 camera system. I'm going to put it into reverse so you can see it in action. You can put it into a 3D view right there. You can go all around this M340. Look at that. You didn't even have to have a director's degree. But talk a little more about this gear shifter. So that's basically up for reverse, light neutral, drive, and then you do have a sport transmission for even more aggressive shifting. And then you push for park. You have electronic parking brake right here, auto hold function, and these right here are your drive modes just below the push button start, as well as a parking sensor defeat button right there. So you can put it into a sport mode, as well as a sport plus mode, and the sport individual mode like I talked about before. You can go into a comfort, as well as a eco mode for max amount of MPGs. All start stop is very smooth in this mode. Look at the graphics though, when you can change the various different modes. So you got sport. It's kind of a nice middle ground between like comfort and sport plus. And you got full blown sport plus and sport individual. So you can basically change all this. So cool. Over here on this side is how you can control the iDrive infotainment. So you basically have redundant buttons to your touchscreen for your home, media, map, navigation, telephone, back button, option button, and you can toggle up, down, and select to go through the various different menus. But looking up top, you do have a garage door opener down below with LED illumination, and you can open up the moonroof right here, which does let in pretty good light. Right now I have it tilted. You can also slide it open right there. Lets in so much light and make the cabin a little bit more airier. But now let's go ahead and take this M340 for a drive and check out some of the performance aspects. Boy, am I excited, so let's go. We're behind the wheel of the 2024 M340i, so let's go. Just want to throw in the Sport Plus real quick. Now in performance exhaust, you can just hear it sounds so good. But let me throw it back into comfort mode for a second. And throw traction back on. We'll go back to that in a second, but you can't see right here in comfort mode, it's a nice middle ground between sport as well as Eco Pro. But speaking of visibility out the front, rear, and sides, I can see very good. You have this clear head display right here with the speed as well as speed limit in the area. Right now I have it set to a sport view. You can change the mode between a comfort view, which is more of a clean view, and you can also put it into a eco view, which kind of has like a little tack to tell you how much MPG you're saving. But visibility at the front is great, as well as at the rear and even out the back. And in this comfort mode, the 8-speed automatic is very smooth shifting. Shifts are imperceptible. This one does have the adaptive dampers for a separate charge. Check the description for that, which really just makes the M340i feel a lot more planted than a standard version. Speaking of seat comfort as well, you do have this lovely Tacora Red interior with a heated steering wheel right here, as well as heated seats, which between 4 different modes, which you can change in your climate menu. But I have to say, this M340 has so much presence in this special edition. The way it looks with this black sapphire paint with the red interior and all of the carbon fiber garnishes. I was going to say finishes, but I think garnishes sounds a little bit better. So you got the carbon grille surrounds, the carbon rear spoiler, and you have the floating center caps with these M-Performance wheels. It looks so good. And you have the M-Performance exhaust, which just really makes this vehicle sound a whole lot better. To me, I feel like all of these M340 should come with the M-Performance exhaust as standard. There we go, let's put into sport traction. And the downshift's just crazy. Wow, yeah, this sounds good. I'll probably just add like a catless downpipe and boom, this is like, wow, amazing. And the torque is crazy. The back end just comes out beautifully with this X-Drive setup where it's rear-wheel drive bias, but this X-Drive just gives you the confidence and it sounds so good while doing it. And a 3 Series can handle, that's the whole point of buying this over its competitors, is just the way it feels, the handling, the performance, everything's just so good. Yeah, and we got a bus, so we'll just sit here for a minute. Let that bus get a little bit ahead of us so we can catch up, because we're gonna catch up so quick. 382 horsepower with 369 pound-foot of torque. It's just amazing. But I do like this adaptive content right here. We have your horsepower as well as pound-foot of torque, turbo PSI, and you can also see your temperature gauge as well. So everything is just very interactive and right here. And I just love the whole interior with this red interior. So good. All right, let's go. And like I said, we're right here with that bus, so speed is right there, no problem at all. Oh, yeah. You can definitely feel the suspension. Now I want to show you too, when you go into your vehicle app settings right here, you can also put on the iconic sounds, which personally I like off, but let me show you guys what it sounds like. You see, it's like kind of fake. It's not really like that nice. But let's try a quick acceleration. Sport traction. Let's go. Damn, this thing moves, man. Yeah. So that's what the iconic sounds on. And we do have to try one more at this stop sign right here. That's one of them taxis right there. We don't respect that on this channel. Nope. This is my channel. We gonna do what we gonna do. This is like my 10th time coming back here, so this is gonna be the last time. I'm trying to make this as perfect as possible. G-force meter. Yeah. 0 to 60 easily feels like 3.9 seconds, and it can just do it all day. Like I said, I'm not gonna respect that Toyota Prius or whatever the hell that is back there, blowing the horn, thinking you own the road. Nah, son. But yeah, overall, I have to say the performance, and look, and then they're going like 20 miles an hour. They barely haven't caught up with us. But yeah, so just the Sport Plus mode is amazing. The 3 Series feels very balanced with the 50-50 weight distribution. Just everything overall is so good. But I'll be right back once the, let's see, we're gonna make the light. There we go. Just have to make that light. Woo! That B58 just has so much torque. The way it just comes on and just hits you immediately. It's just insane. I have to say, I love this car, man. This is sweet. And yes, I also want to say too, when you are in manual mode, it is a real manual mode. It will allow you to bang off the rev limiter and be very engaged with the driving experience. So look, let me show you guys first gear. And you do get the shift lights in the head-up display, as well as inside of the central display right here. This 12.3-inch display. Yeah. But I'll be right back in a second so we can hit the highway and check out a little bit more of a higher speed setting. So now I want to speak a little bit more about the technology as we slowly inch towards the highway. So you do have the iDrive 8 with all wireless connectivity, a 12.3-inch cluster right here with a 14.9-inch display right there. I just love the graphics. You can see a little bit of the ambient lighting right now as the sun does set. I have it set to green. Now, like I talked about in my walk around, you go under vehicle apps to get to your driver assist technology, and you go over here. You can change the driving settings. This is probably the perfect amount of acceleration right here. Now, the 330 definitely did have more than enough power, but this right here is just, there's nothing like a B58. It really isn't. There we go. And you see right there the brakes. The speed is just crazy. You'll go up to that 130 mile an hour limiter in no time. But just sitting on the highway, I'm gonna go ahead and throw it into comfort mode so you can hear what the exhaust is when the valve is closed. It's basically like OEM. It's so quiet in here. You can hear a smidge of the exhaust, but it's like a nice sound. Now, I highly recommend getting the driver assist professional package so you can get the adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, and just everything that you would need on a daily basis. Adaptive cruise control is highly recommended. Look at this, we're in traffic right now. It could be super boring. You can have on the adaptive cruise and just sit back and chill. And the speed is just so crazy. You just downshift the gear and you just take off. It's so good. And you get that European like plantiness at highway speeds. Whereas like, it's funny, I was in eco mode earlier and I was just chilling. on the throttle a little bit, and it was like right at 92 miles an hour. I was like, wow, this thing just really moves. It's so seamless, so smooth, it's imperceptible. But as we get a little bit closer to the dealership, I'm gonna go ahead and get into the conclusion of what I think about this M340, as traffic ain't getting no lighter than this. It's going on 4:30 rush hour time, so I'm gonna tell you what I think about this M340. I have to say, I do like this Special Edition with a little bit more of a aggressive exterior with all the carbon bits. It really just makes it pop and just adds an extra level of performance on the exterior. So this is like a OEM Plus, basically. All it's missing is like some tents, and then boom, it would be perfect. Now, speaking of options that I wish it did have, was the adaptive cruise control function with the steer assist, as well as a powered trunk out back. Now, funny enough, you're probably wondering, how did I even find this M340? I was looking on, the website or whatever, and I happened to see a highly expensive M340. I was like, what the hell? Why are they charging nearly 80 grand where you can get like a brand new 540i for that price, fully loaded? So I had to come check out this vehicle to see a couple of differences that you get versus a standard M340, and why they're charging like $10,000 more than a standard version. But yeah, all that M Performance exhaust sounds good. Hold on. The B50 just has such a good tone. You get a little bit of burbles too. Oh yeah, the burbles sound good. Oh, you get a turbo spooling. Sounds so good, man. But yeah, I'll be right back in a second so we can exit. Oh, that rev limiter sound good. Oh, the downshift, man. Still is a 3 Series. All right, tunnel time. Whoa. Yeah, it's windy as hell. Woo! You know what's crazy? I aced that just now. I literally aced that. That was amazing. Wow. But yeah, I'm having too much fun in this M340. But that's basically going to wrap up this video. This is Chris signing out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.